What's going on, people? I am Swerver, and this is the Opinionated Facts Media Group podcast. And I'm joined by my co-host, Journey to Be Great, and Coco Love. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we'll start off with Journey today. What do you have for us?
So today, Derek Jackson, the relationship guru, is back all over social media. Once again, he has been caught stepping out on his marriage. Are y'all shocked about that?
Not at all.
Well, he again was exposed by Tasha K. He was with a young lady in Miami, and shortly after the photos came out, he went to his Instagram saying that him and his wife have been separated. They're going through a divorce, and pray for him and all this stuff. So maybe 2-3 weeks ago, his wife was also on social media casting a curse upon everyone that had anything negative to say about her and her husband. And it was something about, let your wives, husband, y'all be widows, your kids be motherless, fatherless, blah, blah. And, don't comfort her and her husband. Well, seeming that that curse end up going back to her, because now, again, like I said, he is saying that he's getting divorced. And so my take on it was about people putting their information out here on social media. Now, granted, Derek Jackson, he is, a public figure, so it was kind of hard for him to hide his stuff. But people that just, regular people have a tendency to go to social media when they're having problems or whatever. And then when things get fixed, they get back on social media and they're mad because people come for them. But when you put your stuff out there, either you're going to delete your social media or you have to really ignore the comment, because people are going to have their opinion and they will come for you. I've seen it happen too many times. As a matter of fact, I have a cousin, not going to call her name, but I've seen her do that a couple of times. Go on this emotional breakdown where you putting all your business out there. Then you come back a month later, me and my boo, me and my husband, we blah, blah, blah. And people got things to say, but then you talk about, oh, they hating on us and they jealous. Like, no, you pretty much gave them all that information and now they're giving it back to you. So I don't know. What is your take about relationships and exposing all of your stuff on social media?
Well, I agree 100%. I don't think you should be putting your business out there.
Yeah, I'll agree 1000%. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm barely even on social media unless it's on a positive tip or something being built constructively. But personally, I don't really put anything on social media that is not necessary. But I've never been a Derek Jackson fan anyway. I just think that he was always kind of lame. But I think some of the points that he made, they were good. I mean, like, for a woman. But I think he was just really big on man bashing, and I think that's why he got his following. And here it is, my brother. All the things that you were talking about, a woman shouldn't go for, shouldn't put up with, and my. Seems like you were talking about the man in the mirror. But we're gonna move on. That's why he knew so much about it, because he was the same person that he was talking about. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. So today I want to talk to you guys about health. I have a lot of associates and friends that are dating people or married to people, and these people have these different habits. And now I'm not coming on here to tell you how to live your life. If you want to smoke, drink, do drugs, whatever it is, hey man, have at it. But I will say it's probably not the best idea. And you probably look for things that are better for you. But hey, it's your world, your life. You live it the way you want to. But for the people that do want to hear my take, I think that paying attention to what your spouse does is very important. I have had an uncle that just recently died at the age of 56, and it was from heart disease. And then you have all these other people that are passing away. And what I want to say is if you're married to someone or you're with someone and they smoke a lot, you got to think about it. If they smoke for 10, 15 years, they may not actually be showing any signs at that time, but later on in life, they can leave you 10, 15 years early because they have a serious health condition due to the long-term smoking that they've been doing. Same thing with drinking or even doing drugs. So I think we have to pay attention to ourselves, of course, with what we do as far as it comes to health, but we also have to pay attention to our spouse, especially if we want to have a long, healthy, and strong relationship. And what do you guys think about that?
I mean, I definitely agree. I guess the thing is, like, I don't, like, if somebody, like, I don't know ahead of time somebody smokes, like, I'm just not I'm not going to be into it because I don't like being around smoke. But I guess if that's just something you hanging around a person, well, you with that person and they smoke and you knew that from the beginning, I mean, yeah, encourage them to stop. But it's kind of like, for me, like, if they already been doing this for so long and you got with them knowing that, like, I don't know, like, how does that work? Like, now, I don't know, I was saying, like, well, hey, you need to stop. And that could be the other person arguing, like, well, you met me like this, so I don't know.
Well, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that it's bigger than that, and I think that goes back to, just understanding how to be in a relationship in the first place. I mean, there is going to be some give and take in every situation, but we're not talking about giving and taking or choosing on what kind of movie or what kind of food we're trying to eat. We're talking about saving your life so you could be here with me, because, like I said, now that my uncle is gone, his wife was also 56 years old, and she may live until 85, 86 years old. So that means she has to go 30 years without him because he couldn't give up smoking. So it's a lose-lose all the way around if you're not willing to build yourself up and do what you need to do, not just for yourself, but man, it's for your family now. I mean, I have cousins. I mean, they're also going to grow up for the next 30 years without their dad. So it's if you're not willing, in my opinion, again, just my opinion, but if you're not willing to save yourself, then that means that you're also not willing to save maybe what you're building with somebody else. So I just think that's the issue. But I mean, if you want to date somebody or somebody wants to date somebody that has that kind of situation going on, just know what you're getting into.
Yeah, I would agree. Like you said, as far as like taking care of yourself, I mean, some people do have different vices and stuff like that. And unfortunately, these vices can have a major impact on your health, like in the long term. So it's just something to think about, and it's, especially for ourselves, like no one's going to take care of you like you will, so that's something else you have to like consider as well and keep in mind.
Right. And I want to make sure I say this, but I'm not telling nobody how to live. I have my own things that I do. You do whatever you want to do. This is just for me saying, hey, pay attention to this because this could be a problem. I have seen it and it's a real thing.
Kind of, I guess on the not necessarily as far as health is concerned, but just when it comes to like, family and trying to do things to protect your family. I think something we don't think about as a community, unfortunately, is like preparing for when we leave, especially if, who we're leaving behind. And when I say leave, I mean, we depart, we pass away and all that. And the thing that brings this to mind is, unfortunately, we lost Takeoff, one of the members of Migos, and very young, he was 28. However, he leaves behind, his family, his parents, and all of that. And he did not have a will. So, with that being said, that creates room for a lot of family drama, unfortunately. And it's been stated that his parents are arguing over who is going to control his estate and basically kind of like divvy up his affairs or whatever. And I think that's unfortunate because, I'm sure he probably didn't think, he was going to pass away or anything like that at an early age. And maybe he thought he had time. I don't know. One thing I've noticed in our community that I see a lot when people do pass away, we have a lot of disagreements, arguments. A lot of times, though, usually it's because we don't have life insurance, which is a whole nother story. And that goes hand in hand with preparing for your departure. So another way to like, kind of going with what Swaver said as far as like taking care of yourself and your family is to prepare for when you leave. So preparing and having life insurance in place so your family is not scrambling trying to figure out how they're going to, put you away and take care of your affairs, anything that you might leave behind. And if and really, I think people think about wills. I think they think about wills and they think about people that have a lot of money. And that's not necessarily the case. You have a home, if you're a homeowner, you want to make sure that your assets that you leave behind are taken care of in the way that you would want them to. So if you have children and you have a home and you want your home to go to your children, you might want to think about that. So it's something that I think we all can learn from, just prepare yourself, like have a will in place, have your life insurance ready and squared away, have someone that you trust that knows where your paperwork is so that, they can handle your affairs accordingly. What do y'all think?
I agree. One thing that is for certain that we all have to leave here. So it is definitely an issue with us in the Black community that we don't have life insurance. And a lot of times when that happens, is buying, selling T-shirts, fish fries, GoFundMe's, all this stuff. But just make preparation to get that in place. So, because it's already a strain and it's stressful that you're gone. So you got to go through that emotional stress and all that, and then on top of that try to get up money to bury the person that you love. So just go ahead and take time to get that situated. And again, as far as a will go, I mean, we have so much stuff online, so I'm sure it's some kind of way you can set it up where it's not going to be, very expensive, but just to kind of have things in order for the people that you're leaving here when it's your time to go. So I absolutely agree.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And that's from all aspects. I mean, from your, immediate family to your extended family to also maybe if you are dating someone and maybe you want to leave them something behind, because it can get very, very sticky when it comes to who gets what. As Love said, it's very, very important to handle your business because, like Journey said, we all will leave here at some point. All right. Hey, this is a short one today. Just want to come in and say a few things to, just better your situations that you may have and just make life a little bit better for you guys. Thank y'all so much for all the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you like this content, I am Swaber, joined by Journey to Be Great, Coco Love, and Illuminated Legends most of the time. Until next time, you guys.